Presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngelale proceeds on indefinite leave of absence. Maiduguri residents appeal to federal government to reverse petrol price hike. Plateau State Governor Mutfwang sacks Transition Committee chairman. And on the international scene, U.S. confirms first bird flu case without animal contact. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us and the details. The special advisor to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, has proceeded on an indefinite leave of absence. Ngelale said the decision was taken after significant consultations with his family over the past days as a vexatious medical situation had worsened. He made this known in a statement issued on Saturday, adding that he has sent a memo to the Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila. Ngelale explained that he has also stepped down as the Special Presidential Envoy on Climate Action and Chairman of the Presidential Steering Committee on Project Evergreen. The leave of absence implies that he will temporarily suspend his duty as spokesperson to President Bola Tinubu. Residents of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, have called on the federal government not to implement the recent fuel prices hike by the NNPCL. Reacting to the latest decision to review upward the price of petrol, the residents lamented that the increase has caused more hardship in the state and the country as a whole. The report.
According to them, the official change of petrol price from 568 naira to 897 naira caused most fuel dispensing stations to sell above 1,000 naira for a litre, adding that such a sudden price hike is affecting their daily lives negatively.
This increase of the fuel, how you see it?
Now, first, the fuel don't cost too much. Now, each 1 liter, now 1,000 something. If you go NNPC police station, if you buy 1 liter, 90 something. It's not good now. Tinubu will get that drop point now. It's better stuff like 80, 85 is better.
This filling station is selling at 1,000 naira. That's why there's a long queue here, as others are selling above 1,100 naira. The NNPC stations are not open, and even when they are, there will be longer queues, and I can't wait that long because it affects my business. The price should be reversed. That's just it. If they don't reduce the price, the suffering we are experiencing currently will be nothing compared to what is to come. They urged the federal government to reconsider the decision before it causes further increase in the prices of goods and services, especially within the city center. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
The hardship caused by government's incessant increase in the pump price of petrol is becoming increasingly visible on the lives of Lagosians. Commuters now find it extremely difficult to transport themselves from one place to another. Victoria Tukulu reports.
The more than 50% increase in transportation fares is due to the recent increase of petrol price from 617 naira to 855 naira, and in some areas up to 950 naira at some private fueling stations. In the Agege and Ikeja areas of the state, most of the independent marketers are not selling to motorists. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation NNPC filling station on Akme Road in Ikeja is only selling to some select private individuals and organizations. Commercial bus drivers lament the unavailability of petroleum products at most fueling stations in the state.
So before, we used to carry Agege to Ikeja at the rate of 30 naira in the morning. Then as time goes on, maybe we can increase it like 15 naira, 100 naira. But since when this man came in, the thing has been totally different. We the transporters, the drivers, some of us are considerate. If you see this massive suffering like this, it pains us a lot. But we don't have a choice. Before we are buying fuel, you know, 618 for Mobi. Others are selling in 750, 800. But now they announced yesterday afternoon. They say the fuel is 868. And why that one is Mobi and NFPC and AP is selling it at normal price. And they are not even selling it. They are not even seeing it buy.
It is unfortunate, highly painful and extremely disappointing that NNPC, which is a private organization, is the one that is still regulating government policy of petrol. How do you think other competitors will survive? Now, the news I had was that NNPC will be buying fuel from Dangote. Everybody's hope was on Dangote, that when Dangote starts a production, price will come down. But what the unexpected is what we saw. The price went up by the unimaginable amount. It's really painful.
Citizens are urging the federal government to take proactive measures to ensure that petrol is made available at all filling stations across the state and the country, so that everyone can access fuel for their vehicles and businesses.
Governor Caleb Mutfwang of Plateau State has dissolved the Local Government Transition Implementation Committee administration across the 17 local government areas of the state. The Director of Press and Public Affairs, Gyam Bere, disclosed this in a statement on Saturday. According to Bere, the governor directed directors of personnel management to assume responsibility for the administration of the council areas until elections are held on October 9, 2024, to fill the positions. Governor Mutfwang also commended the Transition Committee chairman for their exemplary leadership and dedication to advancing developmental projects that have directly impacted their communities while serving as Transition Implementation Committee chairman. He expressed satisfaction in their accomplishments and urged them to continue offering valuable counsel to promote peace and unity within the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, and Plateau State. The Transition Committee was constituted in June 2023 following the dissolution of elected local government council officials by Governor Mutfwang. The Akwa Ibom State government has warned residents to be wary of Mpox, saying the state has recorded 5 cases of the disease. Giving an update on the outbreak of Mpox on Friday, the state government disclosed that 5 cases have been reported in some local government areas. It is said a total of 30 samples were collected for diagnosis, where the initial 4 cases were confirmed, comprising 3 males and a female aged 2, 4, 12, and 41. Confirming the incident, an official in charge of the disease surveillance and notification at the State Ministry of Health, Samuel Etug, who had earlier announced the 4 cases, said the number has increased to 5. Etug confirmed the first 4 cases during the media review meeting organized by Breakthrough Action Nigeria in collaboration with the State Tuberculosis and Leprosy Control Program in Uyo. He explained that 10 communities informants had been engaged in each of the 368 political wards to work in catchment areas, reporting to the health facility focal persons, who in turn will forward the same to the local government disease surveillance and notification officers for onward report to the health ministry. On security, the Nigerian police force has clarified that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not extend the tenure of the Inspector General of Police, the IGP Kayode Egbetokun. The force said instead the president gave his approval to the law governing the tenure of the office as required. In a statement on Friday, force spokesperson Muyiwa Adejobi said the IGP's appointment is for 4 years, as contained in his appointment letter dated 3rd November 2023, in accordance with the provisions of Section 215A and Section 28C of the 3rd Schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. According to Adejobi, the IGP does not need to lobby for any tenure extension, as he has yet to use the years stated in his appointment letter. 11 suspects have been paraded by the police in Asaba for alleged involvement in various criminal activities. 7 of them were accused of kidnapping for ransom. A nursing mother is said to be one of the victims of these alleged kidnappers. The suspects abducted and tortured her while pressuring her husband to part with some money before the police rounded them up. Another gang of kidnapped suspects were also arrested after receiving 5 million naira ransom in a bank account. Some of the ransom has been recovered from them. Police also paraded others for alleged armed robbery, cultism, and dealing in illicit drugs. The police called on members of the public to always provide useful information to aid crime fighting.
Asked me if I have anybody that I can call the number. I said yes. They removed my SIM card from that my phone, put inside their own, used that my line to call my husband. So as they called my husband, they started debating amounts, say 15 million.
So got in there, we saw the victim. So 5 million was taken from the victim. That's how it happened. Then we left him that very day.
You all will remember that along the Patani-Ogara axis, we have usually had this incident of people opening fire on oncoming vehicles or outgoing vehicle and mass kidnapping of people. We have dealt significantly with that threat. And if you all will bear us witness that in the last 2-3 months, there's been no incident on that road.
In the same vein, the Gombe State Police Command paraded 5 suspects for allegedly robbing corps members in the Billiri local government area of the state. According to the police, the suspects were on August 1st broke into the Nigerian Christian Fellowship Copper Lodge and some houses in Billiri, where they robbed people of their valuables. Hassan Koli tells us more.
Parading the suspects at the police headquarters on Friday, the command spokesperson ASP Buhari Abdullahi said the suspects were arrested while leaving the crime scene at Billiri. He added that they also confessed to be responsible for another robbery committed on August 27.
That on the 1st of September 2024 at about 0400 hours, an information was received through a good Samaritan of Ladun-Kasha quarters of Billiri local government that unknown persons, numbered about 8, armed themselves with cutlasses when and attacked individuals in Nigerian Christian Fellowship Coffers Lodge and some houses at Awai, Gold Coast, Bakin Kaswa, quarters in Billiri local government respectively, and robbed them their valuable items. And the following exhibits were recovered from them.
We were called by one man in Billiri. He is the one who provided us with information on how and where and when to attack. He even provided us with a machete, LED light, and other logistics for our operations. When we went, one of us will boggle, and then we robbed them of valuables, including laptops and smartphones. Unfortunately, we were arrested while looking for a car to transport ourselves back to Gombe. I regret my action and urge fellow youth not to engage in such attitudes. The police also paraded 3 suspects for allegedly being involved in snatching and selling of motorcycles. One of the suspects said he engaged in stealing due to significant low patronage in his mechanic workshop.
The UD, the G10, the G10 Suzuki.
I stole G10 and UD motorcycles. I usually scout people's houses during the night time. When I set eye on any motorcycle, I will cut it away and sell it. This is the second time I have been involved in such an act. I can say I engaged in this to survive. as there is no patronage at our mechanic workshop. However, I am regretting it, and I hope I will be of good character after this. The police urge the general public to be wary of such criminal elements and should always report them to the nearest police station. From Gombe, Hassan Koli reporting for Trust TV.
Moving on to other stories, the need for women to create a source of livelihood for themselves by using the available spaces at their homes to engage in agricultural activities in order to produce crops, not only to feed the family but also for commercial purposes, has been stressed. This comes as a retiree in Kaduna State is excelling in agriculture by using the available space in her house to grow crops. It is the story of a 62-year-old grandmother, Bilkisu Hassan. Trust TV's Bello Musa tells us more.
This is Vitalis. Bilkisu Hassan ventured into farming at her residence using modern methods. She narrates how she grows agricultural produce at home.
Yes, at first it was only at home that I was doing this, just at the back of my rooms, at the backyard of the house. I was using sack. I did tomatoes, peppers, Irish potatoes, carrots, and so many other things like cabbage and lettuce. So I was encouraged by my children and my friends. So I continued. I got this place and decided to make it bigger.
She believes that with the death of white-collar jobs, women can utilize the little spaces at their homes to venture into this type of farming.
It is difficult to get jobs these days. So once we get a place, even if it is not big, do something that you can sell. Like this simple ugu, when you plant it, every day women may use it. And there are things you can sell also, like the lettuce I said. You sell to people, this cabbage, you sell to all these caterers that use it for weddings. Once they know you, just try and look for customers that will patronize you. When you plant, even if it is simple things you plant that you can use, like lettuce, after 35 days you can start using it. If it is cucumber, after 40 days you'll start taking it from your backyard. So you don't have to buy all these things, like cabbage, which will take you 3 months to 4 months. You don't have to buy all these things. There is joy in harvesting.
Though she was a fulfilled retired civil servant, Hassan is still making a success of herself even in retirement.
It's very much profitable because when you spend your money on seeds, you spend your money on the sack and sand. The sand will be there for you for so many years to come if you intend to continue. It's not a waste. You will not count on the sand. But the seed that you buy, you will gain more and more and more. You will gain a lot of profit from the seed. You will buy more seed if you want with what you have. So there is profit, a lot of profit in this business. This is moringa. Moringa leaves, moringa plant. And this is also orange, a small one. There is a challenge mostly when it comes to this fungal infection. I had a problem there at the beginning. The tomatoes were so big, but unfortunately I didn't know that they would be this heavy. So the staking we didn't do it early enough. So most of the tomatoes were touching the ground.
Marketing the produce is easy for her as she uses her social media handles to reach her potential customers. For many, she serves as a shining of example life after retirement, especially with agriculture. Bello Musa, Trust TV News Kaduna.
In business, the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, has approved the sale of $20,000 each to Bureau de Change operators at the rate of 1,580 naira per dollar in a bid to provide more forex liquidity in the market and meet demand. The Apex Bank disclosed this in a statement signed by its Director of Trade and Exchange Department, W.J. Kanya. The CBN noted that BDCs are to sell to eligible end users at a margin not above the 1% of the purchase rate of 1,580 naira per dollar. The bank further directed interested BDCs to make payments to CBN deposit accounts with them. On the international scene, at least 18 children have died and 27 others have been hospitalized after a fire ripped through the dormitory at their primary school in central Kenya overnight on Thursday. Late on Friday, the death toll went up after one student died of injuries at the hospital. Police said the blaze at Hillside Endarasha Academy in Nyeri County broke out just after midnight on Friday, engulfing the dormitory where more than 150 boys between the ages of 10 and 14 were sleeping. Since most of the school's buildings are made using wood planks, the fire spread very fast. With at least 70 children unaccounted for, local authorities expect the death toll to rise, although some of them might have gone home with families for the night. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has urged community members who may have sheltered some of the children to bring them back so that they can be accounted for. Police spokesperson Rasila Onyango said they have opened investigations into the case of the fire. President William Ruto has declared 3 days of mourning during which flags will be flown at half-staff in honor of the children who died.
We still have 70 kids that are unaccounted. But that does not mean that they are perished or they are injured. The word is that they are unaccounted for. We are praying and hoping for the best. And this is where I need to make an appeal. When this incident happened, some parents came here and took away their children, and they have not filed this report. I am appealing to each and every parent who took their child from here to report the same. We'll give a number that is here by the International Red Cross and the school so that we know where that child is.
A person in the state of Missouri has become the first in the United States to test positive for bird flu without any known exposure to infected animals, authorities said on Friday. The adult patient, who has underlying conditions, was admitted to hospital on August 22nd, received antiviral medications against influenza, then recovered and was discharged, according to a statement from the Centers for Control and Disease Prevention and the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services. Because the patient's flu type appeared suspicious on an initial test, it was sent for additional testing in state and federal laboratories, which revealed it was H5, also known as avian flu or bird flu. The person was the 14th to test positive for bird flu in the U.S. this year, and the first without known contact with animals. All previous bird flu cases in the United States have been among farm workers, including the very first in 2022. And in sport, the city of Paris will honor slain Uganda Olympic runner Rebecca Cheptegei by naming a sports venue after her, the French capital's mayor, Anne Hidalgo, announced on Friday. Cheptegei, who competed in the women's marathon during the Paris Olympics last month, succumbed to the severe burns on the Thursday after being doused with petrol and set on fire by her boyfriend at her home in Kenya. Cheptegei, 33, made her Olympic debut in the women's marathon at the Paris Games, where she finished 44th. Police and doctors say she was left with 80% burns after being attacked in front of her children on Sunday by Kenya partner Dixon Ndiema Maragach. And with that, we wrap up Trust News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube live stream for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.